All right. Good afternoon. Let's see if my sound is coming through here. Waiting for YouTube to catch up on my iPad. All right, and yeah, thank you, Merle. I just saw your chat there. There's going to be some background noise. Whoops, forgot to mute that. There's going to be a little bit of background noise, probably some clicking of my mouse. My setup's not ideal. I still got to update things, but I'm live. And for those that have the Patreon perks through patreon.com/astagereborn, you'll see on the stream we got a little live stream chat. Any level subscription, and including our VIPs, you get access to that. So you can chat, your stuff will appear on stream. Higher level Patreon patrons, there's a bit of, what do you call it? There's a little queue that you can enter. So if anybody wants to hop onto voice chat, occasionally we'll take a look at that. If we're not too busy, pull you in on stream. So, as you can see, I'm on the Diabolos server right now on my original main character, Wanderer Sabaku. This is where the main free company for the fan free company for A Stage Reborn is located, on Diabolos, Lavender Beds 8-3. That's going to be the location of our upcoming acting workshop. And so you might have seen some party finders on this in the game. You might have seen some announcements on our Discord, which is discord.gg/astagereborn, or just use invite code astagereborn. Hop into our server, get all the latest. It's our big social hub. Get in touch with everybody. We've got an acting workshop coming up where we're going to teach you some introductory acting techniques. These are actually things that you learn if you were to pursue regional theater experience, a degree in theater. We're going to talk about beat analysis. We're going to talk about script analysis. We're going to break down Shakespeare for you. We're going to teach you how to look up the language so you can understand monologues and lines in layman's terms. And we're going to teach you how to use a Shakespeare monologue in preparation for an audition. We're going to do a live version of it on Final Fantasy XIV to show you how you can incorporate these acting analysis and techniques into actually creating in-game macros with movement, abilities, things like that, that, you know, you're inspired from the real world in doing those things. Hopefully, some of the people that attend our workshop, you'll take those things and you'll go and do some sort of neat performance thing in a virtual world like Final Fantasy XIV, or you'll take the experience that you gained from the workshop and maybe audition for a local play in your own community. We've got a lot of other cool things coming up. We've got a Midsummer Night Dream, which we are going back to doing a live play. That's going to happen. That's going to be on Diabolos. We're still going to do a webcomic. We were highly inspired by our attendance at High Plains Minicon last year. We do want to do a webcomic version of this, so that's going to be an after project incorporating photos, videos, and so on from the rehearsals, from the performances, and maybe you'll catch us at some conventions later this and next year where we'll be passing out printed webcomic versions of the play. We'll have to see, but that's one of the ideas. We'd like to, you know, expand making the arts more accessible by diversifying our projects and doing a lot of neat things. What else have we got for you today? Well, in the game today, we're going to be doing a bit of Blue Mage. I just unlocked it. For those that maybe didn't know, I was spending since late fall prepping for the Nebraska State Bar exam. I do have a JD. I am, well, technically a lawyer, not licensed yet, hoping I passed. If I pass, then I'll go on and get my attorney's license and I'll be able to practice. But it's a big exam, so there's a lot of studying involved, a lot of stress. So I was pretty much out of commission for a lot of that. And yes, World Visitation World Visitation's coming up, and that's going to open up the doors to come and see the magical 8th Ward world of A Stage Reborn. There's a lot of A Stage Reborn houses on the Diabolos server. They're great to explore, and I'm going to be, I've actually touched up a few of the houses since I've come back from my bar studies and taking the exam. That's why I've been a little quiet online in the game and on Discord lately, just because prepping for that, prepping for that exam is such a big to-do. several months of studying, long days, long hours. Now that it's over, I can get back to project work. So gonna get into Blue Mage finally. Blue Mage has a lot of out-of-combat abilities. I just learned Bomb Toss in the game, which is amazing, and then, you know, Ice Spikes. I'm seeing there's all these, you know, within the first, I'm only level 9 here on Blue Mage, and within the first few levels, there's already stuff that's going to be really exciting to create special effects for the camera, for the stage performances, and some things that you'll possibly encounter if you are participating in Aperture Lab A5R Savage. And that's our next big event coming up. So Aperture Lab A5R Savage. Some of you may know that we have a jump maze on the Diablo server of Final Fantasy XIV. It's oh, which plot is it? I can't remember. It's either 20, I think it's 24. If not, it's 22. It's a free company plot. Lavender Beds, 8th Ward. Look for it. It's I think it's 24. Or 22. It's either 22 or 24. They're right next to each other. You'll find it. There's all sorts of weird mecha stuff on the house. You go in there, it's a platforming maze. So if you like platforming, jump puzzles, if you've ever been in housing on 14 and you've seen those little things where they have you sit in a chair and jump into book stacks and it glitches you up a floor, you know, a little, they call them elevators. If you love that kind of stuff and you love jump puzzles, check out that plot, because there's going to be, well, one, it's going to be a prerequisite to getting it to Savage. You'll have to clear Extreme, or at least one of your party members. More on that is going to be announced this spring. And then, so after you've cleared Savage, or Extreme, you'll have an opportunity to enter Savage. There's going to be prizes involved, maybe time cards, maybe some swag. We'll let you know. We'll have announcements on that as well. And you're going to get to see a little bit of Savage today, because it's not quite complete. I still have to, we've built some, well, maybe we'll show you some spoilers on stream, and we've built some of the mage so far, and we're gonna talk about what we're gonna do there. We're gonna do a little bit of maze building, and that'll be it for today. So that's what I'm gonna show you today. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get us started into exploring Blue Mage and working on that spell list. So I'm still level 9, like I said, and I am currently working on getting, Final Sting from these bees. I'm a little too low level though, because the monster that gives it is level 13, so I gotta get myself high enough so it doesn't destroy me when it uses Final Sting. For anybody that might be new to Blue Mage, essentially you learn monster techniques, and in learning them, the monster has to use the technique, and then upon the end of combat, you have a chance to learn the technique. Few more of these and I should be good to go. Alright, let's see if level 10 is good enough to get this move. Okay, a little low on health, so I'll probably just run away when he starts casting. See if I can get away. Nope. Whoops. Okay, maybe not yet. Oh, you know, that is a good idea, Tidor. I keep forgetting about chocobos here. I think I have it stabled. I'll have to run back to the Free Company house, which will give me a chance to show you all the lovely house. Trying to remember what I named my chocobo. It's been a while since I've summoned it on this character. Oswin. Oh, good. And if any of you have a Diabolos alt you have still, you can hop in and head over to... You can actually... The free company is open to absolutely anybody that wants to join it on your level. You can park level 1 alts here. We have people that have been here for... Let's see. Yeah, we don't kick anybody, so even if you are idle... Oh, that's my account. Even if you have been idle for over 630 days, we will keep you in here. You don't have to worry about it. I mean, there's 512 capacity for free companies. It's rank 8. We have a bunch of options and stuff. We have some people who log in regularly if you need buffs and whatnot. Keep them level 1, level up a bard, do whatever you'd like. So I just, joining. All you have to do is, well, actually, I'm online right now, so you can just search for me, right-click my name, and I think you can view the free company from there. And there'll be a little button down here that says Submit Application, and I'll see it come across my screen, and I'll go in and I'll hit Approve on that. If you log in, there's a few free companies that are Stage Reborn in this ward. You might still, if you have an old alt, like if you came for Canary back in 2016, you might be in the one that's plot 29. The new main free company is the 8th ward, plot 3. So same ward, it's just the mansion in the upper right corner of the map. And so you can leave whatever free company you're in and submit your application to the main Stage Reborn one. And so, as it says, it's the official fan-free company. There's absolutely no restrictions, no requirements. You can join, have fun, use it for whatever. We've got base rank as visitor. I think we have full access to the first tab. Sometimes we'll put glamours and things in there for people. We also have our VIP visitor rank. This one doesn't necessarily coordinate with the VIP program that A Stage Reborn offers for like partnered streamers, game company reps, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of people out there. We have friends of the organization. We have people who are frequent staff members and things. So we have a little special rank that I think it gives you a few little extra permissions here. Or just designates you that you're a VIP. And this actually, because I know we recently had some changes to our VIP program. I know we changed the eligibility requirements because essentially if you are one of our registered VIPs, that's a separate thing that has, you get full Patreon perks. Sometimes when we're prepping for conventions and stuff, we'll order in stickers, buttons, and things like that. We may put together a little goodie package to send you. VIPs also get the opportunity to, hop in and help guest teach our workshops. An opportunity to speak on our upcoming live cast, which is also going to be basically this theme, A Stage Reborn Live. If you did not read any of the announcements, there's going to be a few versions of A Stage Reborn Live. This one is basically a work stream. It is it's a custom stream. It's per staff member. Staff member can go live and be like, hey, this is what I'm doing for A Stage Reborn today. Mine is, working on Blue Mage for figuring out how I can use it in future stuff, and then working on Aperture Lab a bit and talking up the workshop. Then there's going to be the monthly episodes, and those are going to be more newscasts to cover organization news, events, activities, feature some of our VIPs. We're going to also feature community members. So if you're on our Discord, post in our self-promo channels. That's where we're going to look for people to promote in our community segment. And then we're also going to pick a topic to discuss on those live streams every month. Something like, arts industry related, gaming industry, nonprofit related, something that is relevant to our mission to help spread awareness of, things that should be known, ideas, current events in the industries that we're related to. So that's going to be a lot of what we do there. And then the third one is going to be A Stage Reborn at live events. I know some of us are planning, or at least hoping, to go to things like E3, PAX. Those are things where we're not going to be there representing the organization in an official capacity, such as having a table, booth, guest speaking opportunity. But at those events, we'll do some event coverage of that. And then we may also do it for conventions and things that we are attending as a guest speaker or panelist. We're looking into a lot more of those opportunities this year. I know last year we had our first one with High Plains MiniCon out in Scotts Bluff. We're hoping to do that again this year. It's a lot of fun. And it's a chance to, reach out to the public on a more broad level about our mission and what we do. And I just saw we got 2 applications in from, here we go here. Let me get those approved. Awesome. So got them approved. And again, anybody hopping into the stream now, you are free to make a level 1 alt on Diabolos. It's on the Primal Data Center, Diabolos server. Make a level 1 alt. Search for my character, Wanderer Sabaku. There's a name right there. And, right click on my name, go to View Company Profile, submit an application. We welcome alts, visitors, unlimited amount of time. You can stick an alt on here, never have to worry about it, attend anytime you'd like. So you do that on a level 1 character. Unlock teleport, remember, tap the home A to the right and then go to the first nearest A to the right outside of town. That unlocks teleport and you'll be able to come over to the free company house. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and give a bit of a tour here. So this is where the workshop is going to be held on March 16th. And again, for those tuning in just now, we are holding an acting workshop that's going to use real-life acting methods to approach Shakespeare monologues in an introductory beginner capacity to help with beat analysis, script analysis, breaking down the language, and preparing yourself for an audition setting using those monologues. So that's going to be here. And I built all of this last night. I was blowing off some steam of finally being able to relax. Let's see what else here. So, a lot of stage stuff. Rudely walking over the chairs. A little lounge area over here. One of my guilty pleasures is just designing and building housing areas, and I just absolutely love how much you can do with this game. A lot of, you know, how intricate the housing system was in this game. I know it's not the best one. I know there's some other games out there that have some even nicer housing systems, things like being able to float objects at will. But this one allows us to do a lot of creative thinking and building spaces for various uses. So, you know, downstairs here we have a little studio. And up here, we've got a little nook. And yeah, sorry about that. I think I let go of my... I have it on push to talk right now, just in case the dogs run in here rampantly barking into the microphone. They have done it before. So I don't want to go into the red and have screaming dog barks over the stream. So sometimes I accidentally, my finger slips off the button and I'm like, oh, I'm still talking, but I'm not broadcasting. Whoops. So here's a little book nook here. A little dojo that I built. A lot of it, you know, aesthetic stuff. And then a little dinner theater. So that is the fan company plot here. And again, for those tuning in, it's on Diabolos, Lavender Beds, 8th Ward. Plot number 3. You're free to search my name anytime. Anybody who tunes in now, later, tell your friends, tell whoever. You can make a level 1 alt, join the free company, teleport on over. You can leave your alt here as long as you'd like. You know, we do host a number of events on this server, so feel free to do that. Howdy, howdy. So I'll let you, you all can explore the house and everything. I'm gonna run over to Aperture Lab A5R Extreme to give everybody a little bit of a look at what Extreme detailed. Maybe give it an attempt myself. It's been a while. I have cleared it a few times, and I know there's been a few people who have cleared it before. It is a little challenging. We're actually hoping Savage is going to be a little less challenging as far as the platforming portion goes, but more challenging because of the event mechanics. If you like board games, campaign games like Dungeons and Dragons, a little bit of that is going to go into the Savage event, and those that are able to clear it will be getting prizes. And thank you again to everyone tuning in. If you're on Discord, remember, go to discord.gg/astagereborn. You can just use the invite code astagereborn, no spaces, all one word, and that will put you in our Discord server. It's our biggest social hub. It's got perks through Patreon. It's got announcements. It's got just about everything. Ooh, I'm going to Savage. I want to go to Extreme. Oops. So for those tuning in just now, we're heading over to Aperture Lab A5R Extreme. And this was the second jump maze. The first jump maze, unfortunately, got dismantled when we put together the worker. I think there's a video somewhere in our archive showing a little bit of it. So here it is. Aha, it is plot 24. So, Aperture Lab A5R Extreme is at 8th Ward, plot 24, Diabolos. This is going to be a prerequisite to get into Savage. We're going to create a sort of party system because we know not everybody's great at platforming. So we're going to get a way that if you have a friend that you can convince to complete the maze for you, that'll help get you your ticket to get into Savage. So again, we're going to have more details on that as things develop, and we'll do announcements with dates, times, prizes, how to enter. What we're probably looking at is it's going to involve either having one of our staff members watch you go through the maze, because essentially, if you fall while completing this maze, you have to restart. And that's the big challenge of Extreme, is doing this without getting caught, without having to go back to the entrance. And so it has been very challenging for some. And yeah, so let's go on in and take a look. So the first thing you'll notice is there's no exit. I mean, technically you could glitch through the wall and click on the door, but that wouldn't count, that wouldn't qualify as exit. So, a little glitchy wall and everything. So the story behind this is we created a little bit of lore. And the story behind Aperture Lab A5R is that when we built the stage for the worker, we acquired a sentient house, and the house was alive with all these furniture things. That was the first jump maze, because we kind of strewn about a bunch of furnishings to make it a little puzzle. And so the first house was the jump maze because the house came alive and was just working to assemble itself into whatever it felt the previous owner gave us. And it's funny because I believe the year before that we did a haunted house where Stage Reborn acquired a cursed plot, and so there's we like making up these neat little writing stories for the community and for our team to get involved in some creative writing and whatnot. So when we did the performance of the worker, of course we had to clear out the house. So the event was, hey, we built a jump maze, go and clear out the house by completing the jump maze so we can build the set for the worker. So that was the first event. So then the second event, and if you go on our YouTube, look for Aperture Lab A5R Savage or Extreme trailer. The Aperture Lab trailer is for Extreme, and it's a little story about how after the worker, everyone's all chatting around, and one of the characters from the worker, the actor Messenger, they leave the plot looking for, I think the text of it said something about they were going to the storage facility to get more cake for the after party. So the messenger leaves the house and goes to the storage facility, which is this plot here, plot 24. And something freaks him out about the plot because the machine comes out, grabs him, and drags him back in. And, Aperture Lab, this is Portal inspired. And so if you watch the Aperture Lab Extreme trailer, you'll kind of see that, gets knocked out and the eyes slowly closing, vision blacking out as they're getting dragged into the house. Kind of like the ending of one of the Portal games. And so, anyway. So that was the inspiration for this. And this is where the sentient machine that used to be in plot 11 is now taking over plot 24. And so plot 24 is this, you wake up, or when you enter, you kind of wake up in this little bedroom, and, you're like, how do I escape here? And you try and go downstairs, and it's all blocked off, and there's no way to exit. But the first thing is to notice that there's a weird floating book stack. And taking a look at the chat here, thank you so much for your comment, Payne. We love hearing from the community when they, they find us and they're just like, hey, I'm not in your server, but I've seen what you do, watch what you do. It's great to hear when more and more people are seeing and enjoying what we do. So thank you for that. It's really awesome. So speaking of awesome things, you'll notice this weird little bookcase here that doesn't make sense. And here's a trick for any time you go into a house that's a jump maze, a glitched house. If you see a chair and books like this, it means sit and jump, because I'm going to show you what that does. Now jump one more time. Voila! So this is what the little sentient robot dude was thinking well, technically it's a she, when she says she was thinking outside of the box. Because now she's, and the idea is with Aperture Lab Extreme is that she's getting to this point where, she was learning how to take over a house, and we stuffed her into a smaller house. And so she not only took over that house, but she started getting into the space around the house and outside the house. And now she's spreading throughout the ward. And then Savage, the story with Savage is that she's taken over the main stage theater of a stage Reborn, and Wanderer goes missing. And so they call upon the adventurers to come complete Aperture Lab Savage and rescue him. And then the Savage event, it's going to be a temporary maze, but a temporary maze. But the extreme maze here in 824 on Diabolos, this is a permanent. This is going to stay permanently. So anytime you want a neat, challenging jump maze, come to 824 on Diabolos in Lavender Beds, and you can play this. So for those watching, lucky you, you're getting a bit of a tutorial on how to complete this. So when Savage comes out and you want to get your Q into Savage, you'll know how to complete this maze, so watch carefully. So we jumped up on these boxes, and so now I'm gonna, you'll notice that in order to get to the exit, it looks like there's a little drop down ahead of me. Let me scroll here. And so there's that little, looks like a drop area, and in order to get to that, we have to get to the top of those books so we can make a large jump into it. It looks easy. It's not easy, because you notice there's boxes on the far other side of the house, and you're going to have to get to those through getting through the rest of the maze. So we are going to end up going into the basement. So what you'll do here is you'll line up to that book tower ahead of us, give it a good sprint, and run and jump. And voila! Now we are in part 2. You can see there's a little, somebody has clearly been living, writing here, somebody's been trapped in here. So part 2 is the underground maze, and this is a little disorienting, so take it slow. You'll notice there's more elevators, and I'm going to go directly, or at least I'm going to try and go directly to the right one. Some of these are a little complicated. Some of these are fake. So I believe this one will actually spit you back out into the starting room. So if it was way too easy to get to an elevator, you might want to reconsider. And some people have used their map. You have an idea of what the first floor is like. You have an idea of what's floating above out of bounds. So you can use your map to go, where am I in position to the house? Is this elevator going to take me to somewhere I already was? Or is this elevator going to take me to a new location? So going through here, here's a tip. If you can't remember the complexity of the maze, remember this. If you see Mr. Manderville here, that is a bad elevator. It is a trick. Do not trust him. It'll take you to actually, I can show you this, because the recovering from a wrong elevator isn't too bad for this one, but it does give you the opportunity to get a nice vantage point of the final portion of the maze. So I'll actually take the wrong elevator here for you. So as you can see, when we get to those top boxes that are kind of above the character here, we're going to have to jump down to jump up the final tower before making that final jump next to the fish tank, and then hopefully not fall back into the basement when we try to get to the door. So if you take the wrong elevator, you can always just try and shimmy your way back into the maze so you don't have to redo any portions. Sometimes you might probably get stuck doing this. All you do is open the housing menu and hit move to front door here, and that'll take you back to the starting point. So that's very useful to know, because sometimes you will get stuck in mazes like this. So here is the actual correct elevator, and this is in the far back corner. So write that down if you're planning on doing your Savage entries this spring. So now we are in the back on the main floor again, in the far corner by the chamber doors. And there's no chambers yet. Another thing that we are looking at doing is, if anybody wants to build a jump maze like this and use like a small chamber, because this plot is never going to change, we can help you out, learn how to do that, and then, you know, give you the ability to well, you'd have to level up your alt to be able to have a private chamber room. But if you want to host your own private chamber jump room on Diabolos, you are free to do so. The idea is, if people get halfway through the maze, we'll give them the opportunity to complete some custom jump mazes before completing the rest of Extreme. So here we are again, back out in the void, and we are on the second half of the upper area, and this is where it gets a little tricky. So my tip for this is generally to just try and, well, 1, sprint, save your sprints, 2, try and line up as best as you can with each jump and just cross your fingers. Whew. No! Ah! Well, there's one. So now, I am back in the basement. And I believe for when we do the entries, if you fall down like that, I don't think we're gonna make you reset to the beginning, because you'll be able to pick up right from the maze. So that's not something to worry too much about. Just getting on the little tiny landing platform. Of course, what song is playing? Oof. And of course, I gotta wait for sprint. Oof. Okay. So this is where it gets really hard. So one thing you should know is those floating boxes sticking out of the wall there. If you jump too short or too far and you land in them, you can get stuck in them and have to restart. Okay. Let's see if I can actually finish this. No! Oh, and I'm stuck in a wall. Well, that was my best attempt there. Almost made it to the exit. When you drop down that little part there, there's a few books you can kind of quickly sprint across, kind of like Mario when you're running across blocks that have gaps between them, and you run fast enough so you don't fall through them. Sort of like that, just to shimmy over to the left a bit, and then you'll be able to click the door from behind where it is, and that will get you through the maze. Unfortunately, I am not going to have the time to actually give it a try, so I'm just going to glitch myself out of the exit for now. So that is Aperture Lab A5R Extreme, and that is Diabolos, Lavender Beds, 8th Ward, Plot 24. Go in, give it a try. Try not to pull all of your hair out, and there's going to be more details on how that's used to get into A5R Savage coming this spring. Alright, so we've got, let's see, 8 viewers in chat right now, and we've got 2 options. Option A, watch me work on Blue Mage a bit more. Option B, go see what's going on in Savage. What do you all think? And so, while you all ponder and think about Blue Mage or Aperture Lab Savage, I'm going to take a short break here, get myself some water, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, we're back. I only see one chat with one idea, and that is Savage. So, gonna wait to make sure the stream is caught up here. Alright, so I've got a lucky treat for the viewers who are tuning in right now. And so for those that might have hopped in a little late, we explored Aperture Lab A5R Extreme. It's the stage Reborn jump maze on the Diablo server of Final Fantasy XIV in the Lavender Beds 8th Ward, Plot 24. Extreme is a jump maze platforming puzzle that is a lot of fun, a lot of challenges, and it's leading up into an event coming this spring called Aperture Lab A5R Savage. And with Savage, it's going to incorporate some gaming-related events, kind of like tabletop style. There might be some trivia involved. Who knows? I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. But we'll find out when there's going to be announcements. So we're currently still in construction for this hybrid game puzzle board map slash event thing. I don't even know what to call it other than A5R Savage. And just like the Savage difficulty, there is a special boss that is unlocked at the very end. And I'm going to give you just a sneak peek of that boss. So without further ado, meet the final encounter for A5R Savage. For those that are Final Fantasy fans, 14 players, you'll probably take a look and say, it's a little bit Alexander, a little bit Omega, and that's the idea behind the story, is that when the machine came into Savage, that its plot was to build itself into something, but it didn't know what. But it knew Alexander, and it knew Omega. So it created this. Yes, it is animated. But this won't be the only boss in the Aperture Lab series here for Savage. There's going to be, of course, a few other rooms. There's going to be prep for this. And you still have to solve the mystery of whatever happened to Wanderer Sabaku once the maze actually, you know, becomes a thing. So before I build the rest, as you can see, the basement is an absolute mess. We are planning to, I believe we're going to be moving the Midsummer Night Dream set into a different house. So we took a lot of photos and things. We had a set designer, Levy, and they worked really hard on making a beautiful set. But of course, we get updates to the game, new furniture comes out. There's a lot of things like the new, what do you call them, the wall loft. That came out after the set was designed. And so we're going to, you know, upgrade it, work on incorporating those new items into it to see if we can do more with special effects items. So that's why it's a mess right now, because transferring everything out. Luckily, we documented the old set with a ton of screenshots. So when we build it, we can redraw those screenshots into a set design concept and then deliver on it with new updated items. But Before this one gets buried, I'm going to go ahead and... Oh. The bar examination attacked. Yes, the bar examination attacked. That is what happened to Wanderer Sabaku. Except rather than 4 elements of elements, we have 16 areas of the law. Anyway, so going through here, if you want to see some of the items that were used in creating the effect, you can see this was placed right underneath one of the ADS lighting module thingy. We got the Bahamut wings back here. Got the Ixion trophy. We've got the diagnostic node. I think that's what it's called, the table. It's all the lovely, lovely special furniture. And then we have a ton of alchemy furnaces. You can look up. There's, I'm sure some of you who are super duper housing enthusiasts, you've seen the quote unquote new floating trick or whatever tutorial videos. Essentially, you use tables, you use shelf items, you use whatever, and you place them underneath the furniture and escape out of the menu really quick. And that causes the furniture to reposition. That's essentially what I did here. And as you can see, the results can be exciting. So I'm gonna sneak back here so you can see what's here. And this is just, you know, the excess. Got the little wings from the Valentine's Day chairs. What else do I have in here? We got some level checkers. We've got the rising balloons to make it look more animated. Because that's one of the things that, you know, I loved about the Alexander raid in this game, and the attention to detail and the mechanical movement, and especially the furniture that they introduced with it. All the moving gears and the steam. The one downside is using those furnaces to kind of create these arms that come out of it. They're not really animated. But placing those rising balloons in there, you know, it helps give rhythm to the rest of the machine, so that way you have, you know, a little bit more animation going on with the whole thing. And as you see, this thing is pretty massive. It is pretty much boss sized, I think. Yeah, maybe roughly the size of A4. Well, of course, a little smaller, but you know. So other than that, the place is an absolute wreck right now because I still have to construct the rest of the actual maze. So one of the things when you're constructing any sort of puzzle challenge activity is, you know, figuring out how to best utilize your space with the limitations that you have. You know, you can use 400 items in a house of this size. That is not a lot of items to fill up all this space. The robot itself takes up... I have no idea. I have no idea how much space the robot takes up. But it certainly is a lot. The rest of the rooms are going to be a little more sparsely decorated. They're not going to be, you know, everything's not going to be as detailed as the massive robot in the basement. But there are going to be mini-boss rooms. I'm not going to tell you the names of the mini-bosses. You'll have to figure those out when Savage goes live. But I'm sure some of you can take a good guess. But this is some of the framework for some of the rooms. As you can see, there's a little landing pad here, which means there's going to be a glitch that takes you up through the floor to this point. And then the idea is that you're going to have to jump through obstacles without touching the floor to navigate through. And each of the areas is going to be blocked off, so of course, you know, you won't be able to just... actually, maybe I will change that. Maybe I'll make it module-like, where you can essentially, you know, you have an advisory team that, you know, staff members that are running the event that'll be keeping an eye on you and, you know, guiding you through things, explaining rules. So right now I have 2 thoughts for designing Savage. Thought number 1 is have a loop, essentially, where you load into here, you go through every floor. It's basically a, you know, one direction, it's one way the whole way. You get into the basement, You do the boss event in the basement, and then you go to a final elevator that takes you up and out through an escape door, and that puts you back at the entrance so you can, you know, officially have accomplished it. Option 2 is to block off each area. You know, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the basement makes 5. Well, the basement's going to have a few tricks in it, so it's probably going to be more like 6. So you could essentially have 6 modules that you access from the lobby. And that way, you know, you have the staff member, and of course each module will be blocked off, so you actually can't walk down the hallway to it. And, you know, maybe the first module is, okay, go up to this room and complete a short little jump maze that spits you out at the back there. And maybe that unlocks module 2. And then maybe module 2 is like, I don't know, ASR quiz. Yeah, there might actually be some ASR trivia. Go to our website, there's 3 W's there. www.astagereborn.com. Look at our mission information about us. Get to know what A Stage Reborn is, what we've done, because some of that might be involved in a trivia capacity. And then say that would unlock module 3, 4. We're thinking of crafty ideas of how we can, you know, give you a challenge that's different from just platforming. Of course, there is going to be platforming. I believe there's going to be some shape/color coded gameplay where essentially, you know, you'll be told, hey, if you see this message, it means jump on a red platform. I know there are colorblind players. I know that is a concern. I'm going to try and check and vet as much of that as I can, so that way, you know, if say there's an issue with colors, it'll be, you know, it won't be a big issue because it'll be identifiable in some other way, or at least the distinction will be different enough, and the time to get to safety platforms will be long enough to adapt to that. But we do definitely want to think outside the box and make it a very interesting, you know, Savage level difficulty, but without actually having to deal with playing Savage content, because, you know, we're in a bit of a content lull. The game is just before an expansion pack. People are looking for something new and creative to do. There's concerns about community being able to, you know, play as a team because people have schedules, and you know, some people like me are a little jaded because we're like, well, the content's just going to, you know, be all brand new and all the old stuff is not going to matter soon. But yeah, so that's our plan, is to just give you a bunch of really neat, unique ways to play the game differently, all within a house, all for one big fun event, all with prizes. If you have suggestions for prizes, please go on our Discord invite code A Stage Reborn, all one word. Tell us what you want to see as prizes for Aperture Labs Savage. It's a big to-do to complete it. Let us know what you think should go out for it, and we will listen to you, because this is a community event. This is a special event. We want to make it special for you. So that is Savage. Any thoughts? I'll give you a minute for this chat to catch up here. If anybody has any ideas, suggestions, maybe one of you in the chat is thinking, you know, I think a module approach would probably be better than a one straight through maze. But let us know, and if you don't let us know now, you can always hop onto the Discord. I can tell you this is the last installment of the Aperture Lab A5R series. There's always the possibility it'll come back with a special event. However, we intended for it to be a trilogy. Trilogy closes as of Savage. It will probably be referenced, come back here and there for special things. But I am thinking of plans for a new, exciting community event that is related to the challenges that these kind of community events use. And yeah, that's what I was thinking, because and Tidor, you've been to some of you might know or not know, I do have a character on Balmung, and I do some role play. I involve creative writing that I've been working on since I was a kid. I have this series of comics that I used to draw, and it was a lovely story. I had a bunch of friends that wrote it with me. over the years, I kind of, lost track of things. People get out of touch and whatnot, and the books and drawings get shoved in a box somewheres. And I thought Balmung would be a great place to revive that, get more people involved in creative writing, but also to run little events to see how that can be used. Those stories, I still have to, it still has to go through our project process. But if I'm running another series of events like the Aperture Lab series, those events that I've done on Balmung, those are going to incorporate into this universe. So I know might be a few people in chat who have seen that character, been involved in some of those characters' events, and know what is going to happen. And so no spoilers, but it's going to be very exciting. And definitely let us know in Discord your ideas for things. We always want to tailor things to community input and community feedback. Like I said, all of this is done, everything that we do, from our world events to our special community events to even our productions, our digital choir, our convention visits, our panel planning, everything that we do is meant to give people a new way of accessing creativity, of accessing the arts, from creative writing to art design, staffing opportunities with us, participation opportunities for the public. It's all designed to give you a new medium of expression for creativity in the arts. And so something like this is a little more, entertainment than it is building on artistic skills, but it does show people a lot of things like, what you can do with furniture in a video game, what you can do for designing things, for example, in a game that has animated items for a house, you can build an animated piece of furniture by, pushing together pieces like that. So it's a way to kind of, open your eyes and give you creative input, creative insight, creative opportunity. So, TLDR, we love feedback. Give it to us. And also, another thing we love feedback on is we love feedback on also non-programs and activities related to things too. If you are looking at our Patreon page and you have questions about the Patreon program, if you have questions about our staffing program, if you have questions about the nonprofit in general, we're an open book. So feel free, you can do it in chat if you have questions. You can come to our Discord server. You can email our PR team. You can email them staff@astagereborn.com. There's there's a lot of ways to get in touch with us, and we love hearing from you because everything we do is for the community, and that's definitely our biggest goal, is serving you. I wonder how much Fausts are. Nope. All right. Well, that was Savage, Extreme. Well, let's see what else we can do. I wonder if I can queue anything on Blue Mage yet. Oh yeah, not till 15. Can do guild tests? Nope. Well, I'm back to middle, unless middle Summerford farms, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for now. So while I get back over to the bees, for those that are on social media, you can give us a follow on probably most of what's out there. We have Instagram, we have Twitter, we have Facebook, we have somebody outside of my house on my laptop. I have, let's see, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're even on LinkedIn. Where just look for A Stage Reborn. Our Twitter's pretty active. Facebook, we'll post things, updates there. Instagram, we'll post nice photos when we get them. All of those at A Stage Reborn. Look for us there. Then there's also the Patreon. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. We are incorporated in Washington State, although the programs and activities that we run, they are generally on a global level. We are an arts nonprofit. We do a lot of fun things. We are going to do a lot of fun things. Like I said, you can always go to astagereborn.com to check out more about us. If you donate on Patreon, those are charitable contributions. You can deduct those if you itemize your taxes. Those can go on there as well. Yeah, so anyway, if anybody has questions or anything before I go back to, I guess I'll beat up some crabs, feel free to ask them in chat. I'll be taking a look and answering them. I know there's a little bit of a stream delay, so if I don't get it right away, I do apologize, but I will keep an eye on things in chat, and let's see if I can get Final Sting going here. I don't know, Rachel. I think killing a lot of crabs will just give me more materials to make some delicious crab rangoon out of. Now I want crab rangoon. Great. Yeah, I'm sad. I was in Lincoln, Nebraska for the bar exam here, and I live out where I live is western Nebraska, about 6 hours west, in a little town called Gearing, and not to diss my own town too much, but the food here isn't as exciting as the food that is in a bigger city like Lincoln. So when I got to Lincoln, I was just like, I can have sushi, I can have really good burgers that aren't just Applebee's or Chili's. I was so excited. It's gonna become a food stream. We're gonna start talking about food while playing Blue Mage. Yeah, food, good food in eastern Nebraska. And you know, I'll actually if I did manage to somehow pass the bar exam, I will be back out there the 25th and basically probably the day after to be sworn into the courts. So that's going to be fun. I'll have another chance in April to get more delicious food. I think I posted some of my food pictures to the food channel. I think it was on the Crucibles Discord server. I'll have to, you know, we should probably have a food channel on a stage Reborn. That would add a room called. Actually, that's an idea. Add a room called Culinary Arts. That might be, that might be an idea. I know there's people out there that love, if not sharing their gluttonous orders, their beautiful looking delicious creations. Oh yeah, that's right. Of course, I'm looking at the live stream chat way too late here. We do have, okay, so like I said, there are fate. Sorry, I am so easily distracted. We do have a fan-free company on multiple servers, actually. We have one of our fan-free companies is on the Gilgamesh server. So I know there might be some people on Aether tuning in and going, oh, you're on Diabolos, and Primal, and you're going to be Crystal Data Center. You can actually join us up on Gilgamesh. We do have, it's the 9th Ward, Plot 3 of Lavender Beds. And that's where I'm going to be going on Gilgamesh probably this coming weekend, maybe Saturday or Sunday. I'm going to go in there and work on some decorating and things, give it some much needed love. I have addiction to having alt characters, so sometimes I fall a little bit behind on things with this game, and yeah, so I gotta work on my Gilgamesh character. But anyway, it is there. So if you are going to Gilgamesh, if you're playing on Gilgamesh and you're like, hey, is the stage Reborn going to be on this data center? Yes, we are. And then I also have the Balmung character. And then I think, and Pat, you correct me if I'm wrong if you're still tuned into the stream here. I know we've been talking about fielding the demand on the Primal, the rearranged Primal. because right now Diabolos is part of Primal. So when Crystal gets introduced, you know, our main headquarters on the game for fan free company and stuff, that's going to be shifted over to Crystal, and we won't have official setup on Primal anymore. But if there is a demand for it, I know we are looking at the option of, you know, setting something up for the people of Primal as well. So if you are one of the post data center shift Primal people and you definitely want us there, jump on our Discord, invite code is Stage Reborn, all one word, tell us, hey, we want you on Primal still. We're probably going to do it anyway, because we do want to, you know, we want to have a broad presence, even though our mission is, you know, it goes beyond just a presence in the Final Fantasy XIV community, which is what a lot of our projects this year is trying to do outreach for. You know, one of the big things is, you know, this is where we began. We're always going to be lawyer. We're always going to be loyal to our roots and our fans on 14. So, you know, we do take a lot of the 14 community's input on what they want to see from us, even as we expand and grow our mission, even as we do things that take us beyond 14's community. But definitely let us know, and we'll always have our headquarters on Diabolos and our location on Gilgamesh. And Chili, it's good to see you watching the stream. Thank you for joining us here. All right, level 13. Let's see if I can take out this killer Wesp without getting killed myself. But I don't think I'm going to do that well. We'll find out. Come on. Use Final Sting. Of course. Maybe I should grab some potions. And also probably set my home point other than the Dome and Enclave. I don't know why it's there. Alright, and as we're just passing over the hour-and-a-half mark, for anybody who is just tuning in now, tuned in recently, maybe missed some announcements, we're doing an acting workshop on both Final Fantasy XIV and coordinated through our Discord server on March 16th, 3 p.m. Pacific time. Essentially, it's going to take real-life acting technique, things like beat analysis, script analysis, breaking down Shakespeare's language, learning how to understand the phrasing terminology, some character research, essentially as a beginner's introduction. Basically a crash course for beginners on taking a Shakespeare monologue and prepping it for an audition setting. What we're going to cover is, with these acting techniques and analysis stuff, is basically going to allow you to do one of two things, or both. One, we hope that those that attend the workshop will be able to use what they learn in a real-life audition setting. Maybe you want to get involved in your local community theater, you want to audition for a play at your college or something, or you just want to be able to do something like that. Maybe do a cold read and feel a little more comfortable picking up a script, and you'll be able to use these techniques in doing that in real life. What we'll do for those that join us on the game is we're actually going to finish it off with mock auditions that will use the monologues that you've picked out. You're going to create macros on your Final Fantasy XIV character that use movement, emotes, and, to the, understanding that there's limitations in video games versus real life, but allow you to, it'll allow you to apply the real life approach to acting, to, a video game character, and then being able to see that come to life and be like, wow, that's what I would do. That's how that looks. That's cool. Or maybe not cool, just nerdy, but we hope you enjoy it anyway. So remember, March 16th, we'll be doing voice chat on the Discord server. Anybody's free to come and observe or participate. Either or is fine, no pressure. If you want to be in the workshop, but you're like, I really don't want to do the audition part because that's too much pressure, that's fine. It's an educational event. We want to use technology to give people a new medium to learn acting from. And so that's going to be a taste of March 16th, and so please join us, even if you're just curious. What else have we got? We've got A Midsummer Night Dream coming up. That's currently, the script's getting worked on with that. We're hoping to get something distilled as soon as we can. We've got a bunch of staff members on it. We are actually still looking for a lead writer if anybody's interested, or if anybody knows anybody interested in doing writing for a nonprofit. While the first and foremost project is going to be doing helping us and the staff and working with one of the directors for the play, Emmy, you'll all be working together on distilling and editing the script so it can function in a video game. The other thing that you'll be doing as a staff writer is you'll have opportunities for learning a bit of journalism through press writing and those sort of things. We have a fundraising committee. One of the big goals of the fundraising committee is pursuing grants that help us grow in pursuing our nonprofit's mission. Grant writing is an amazing resume skill. I know I'm always seeing positions writers, so if you are interested in writing, and it doesn't just have to be creative writing, it can be technical writing, it can be grant writing. If you just want to gain experience writing, we do have opportunities for that. I know the position itself is listed on our website as project management, so you can just apply under that, or you could just email hr@stagereborn.com with your resume and be like, hey, I'm a writer, got a position for me, and we'll take a look and contact you. What else have we got? There's actually a handful of positions open. We're always looking for volunteers. Unfortunately, you know, we're a small nonprofit and we have a small budget. So right now we're essentially just meeting overhead costs. So we don't have like enough to do a payroll budget, because we are a Washington State corporation and a nonprofit. We do have to follow labor and wage laws, so we aren't ready to be able to do that yet. We do want to do that in the future. We're just, you know, it takes time to get there, but when we do get there, we're hoping it's going to be extremely rewarding for the people that have helped us get to that point, because, well, they're going to be the ones who reap the benefit of it and be able to, you know, do something creative that they enjoy, possibly, you know, for a living. But there are a lot of positions available for volunteers. We have, if you go to asr.2/join, that's our short link code, ASR2. So go to ASR2 join, and that will take you to our opportunities page where it'll show you a lot of things. I know we're looking for like a IT position. I know we're looking for some HR support. Right now I'm the only one doing that, and kind of handling training plus volunteer plus application stuff is sometimes a bit hectic. We are looking for, I believe, some media folks as well. Especially we are very interested in getting somebody who is highly interested in webcomic related graphic design, as far as that goes, in a leadership capacity, because we are looking to have, you know, the webcomic project have somebody leading that strongly throughout the rehearsal process of the live play of A Midsummer Night Dream. Let's see, we're also looking for a stage manager. It may be a volunteer position, it may be a permanent staff position. It can go either way. The usually stage management positions, they're called a project specialist or a project liaison under Stage Reborn, because what a project liaison does is they are a leadership person. They're not a project manager, but they maintain leadership in a kind of a very specific project capacity. So somebody who would be a project liaison as a stage manager for the production would probably spend most of their time working with public participants in the plays, working with directors of live performance projects, and working with the PR team on helping with, like, you know, ushers, moderation for streams, things like that. So it's a, you know, it's stage management, but it's also liaison work, and it's, you know, very fun. And, you know, you also get that actual experience of, you know, hey, what's a stage manager do? Well, even though you're doing stage management inside of a video game, you're still doing actual stage management. You know, you're on voice calls, you're calling out cues, you're learning these industry things. And that's a lot of what a Stage Reborn offers through these positions. So again, if you're interested in volunteering with us, check out asr.2/join. And that is where we list our stuff. If nothing on there matches, I think I recently updated the page, so, you know, it has our contact information on there, so that way you can be like, hey, I have questions about this, or I want to do a certain position, but it doesn't look like anything here matches. You can always, you know, inquire, ask us about stuff. We're happy to answer. Oh, and don't forget, if you have a level 1 alt or any character, it can be your main character, it can be a side character, it can be a level 1 alt that you only plan to log into once in the next 600 days. The Stage Reborn free company is free and open to absolutely anybody. The Stage Reborn fan free company is open to you. It doesn't matter if you're going to be active. If you just want to have a character on here for the sake of possibly visiting events when we do them on this server, go ahead, make a level 1 alt. You see my nameplate on my character here, Wanderer Sabaku. Search my name, right-click, view company profile. That'll pull up the free company, and just submit an application and say, hey, add me in. The free company has a bunch of credits. It has, you know, we can give you experience points, buffs, and things. I gave you a little tour of the house. There's a bunch of, you know, you can get a private chamber if you want, if you level your character up. We've got some crafting benches. We have, you know, it's a open to anyone, casual company for Stage Reborn fans, for people just looking for a home, that sort of thing. So if you just want an easy teleport into the 8th Ward on Diabolos, join. You can do whatever. And then again, probably repeating myself for the umpteenth time, but we do have a major Discord server. It is our hub for everything that is a Stage Reborn. We have a lot of self-promo channels, and reminding you all that we do have a special new stream coming up. It's called, just like this stream, it is a Stage Reborn Live. Rather than Wanderer's Desk, though, it's going to be episodes, and it's going to air once per month on the first Sunday of the month. So actually, well, not today, because today's different. We're actually going to have our episode 1 probably sometime on a random day in March. I'm still finalizing materials. The Stage Reborn Live episodes are newscasts. They're it's meant to cover industry-related news, topics, current events, promote some of our VIPs, feature them so you can see what some people are really doing to do creative and community things among any community. We also have community commendations that we do during our community segment, and essentially for that is if you post on our Discord, in the gaming channel, in the arts channel, in any of the arts channels, there's visual arts, there's design arts, there's music arts, there's every kind of art, and I think we're going to throw in culinary arts as well. Like if you have something creative that you do, post it on our Discord, because we're going to be looking there. We're going to be looking for your posts, and we're going to reach out to you. You can recommend people, but we prefer, post your own original content. And we're going to reach out. We're going to select, reach out, and say, hey, we love what you're doing here. We'd like to feature you on a Stage Reborn Live. Make sure the content, and you're okay with it. And after that, then it goes onto the live stream. But the only way to get there is by posting it on our Discord self-promotion channels, and you'll probably see, you can search around, you'll see other people posting things, and it doesn't have to just be video games. It can be real life too. All of our self-promo channels are meant to recognize the creativity and community efforts of everybody on every platform. So if you are not sure, if you love doing glamours on Final Fantasy XIV, you're like, oh, look at this fly outfit. Wow, my dated terminology. But if you want to show it off, but you're like, well, that's not really costume design, is it? Yes, it is. Glamoring is costume design. I know it's picking out select items in a game, dyeing them colors and things, but that's part of costume design. It takes an understanding of fashion, and that's inherently it's creative. So anything like that, or if you sew cosplay in real life, post it on there. Show us your cosplays. That is also glamour arts. That's the name of the channel for glamours and fashion related arts, is glamour arts. So if you have something like that, go ahead and post it in there. We're looking for that kind of creativity, so we can share it with our fan base, with our community, and with our community outside of our own community. Any community that we reach out to and touch upon and have viewers of. We want to be able to share the great creative efforts of all communities that support what we do as well. Okay, I'm level 15 now. Let's see if I actually do it this time. Anybody want to take any bets? I'll watch the channel while attempting this. Come on, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh. Finally. That was such a pain. All right, what's next? Mind Blast. Oh no. I really don't want to do a dungeon. Yeah, North Shroud. I'll go learn how to throw acorns. Alright, this is going to be fun, getting this move from Trent Saplings. See you later, Meryl. Thank you for joining us on the stream. Oh boy, did my luck run out? It's 2 times now it didn't learn. I've been lucky so far because every single time I've learned it as soon as they've used the ability. Well, while I'm hoping to learn this acorn move from these trees, if anybody has any questions about a stage Reborn, about the stuff we're doing, about the stuff we're gonna do, feel free to ask it in chat here. It doesn't necessarily have to be on the live stream chat. I'm taking a look here at the YouTube chat itself as well. So go ahead and ask your questions about what we are, what we do, or if you're watching me play Final Fantasy XIV and you're like, hey, I've got a question about that game, go ahead and ask it. I'll answer to the best of my ability. There we go, learned it. Let's see. Next up is Bristle from Wild Boars in East Shroud. I actually have a boar bristle brush. Let's see, 1824. Oh yeah, that's right, just north of here. Hey there, Super Sephi, and yes, if you are a musician and you have been dabbling in theater in and out of game, you should definitely get connected. Go to stagereborn.com, browse our website, see some of the stuff we do and have done. You can even look through our YouTube channel at videos, but I know we're definitely looking at things, you know, that are performance related in 14. There's also a digital choir that is slowly but surely getting put together and worked on. You know, that's something you could participate in. Awesome Christmas play. That is Starlight Play stuff. That is some awesome stuff. I love doing little holiday things in game. I know one of the first things that we ever did was a haunted house tour for a Halloween event, and that was so much fun. I mean, you know, and I mean, there's so much neat little things you can do, and especially with all the little in-game events and holidays, you know, it gives people a reason to come together and do these awesome things a lot. Yeah, I know some of the opportunities we do that involve music is, I mean, not only do we have a self-promo channel specifically for people that do music stuff, you know, we also have, you know, sometimes we'll look into, oh, I learned the action, there we go. We also look into, you know, ways we can incorporate music Perform has been a little difficult for us just because all the rules surrounding it and whatnot. But there's, it's definitely something we are considering, and I would love to see Perform done for A Midsummer Night Dream. Just, a little bit of background music to enhance the scenes in the Shakespeare play. Where are your performances at, actually? Because that would be something, if I am available next weekend, I might serve or, jump around on one of my alts and see if I can come see it. If not me, I know some of our staff usually will keep an eye out to see what kind of events are going on and check them out. Famfrit, awesome. I definitely have an alt on Famfrit. You should, if you are on Discord, go join our Discord, invite code A Stage Reborn, and post that in the, awesome. You did. That is good. I'm going to check the gaming. If you go into the gaming, yeah. Our gaming and arts, you'll see in the general chat category, there's a gaming channel and an arts channel. Those are free self-promo channels. Anybody can self-promote their events and stuff. If it's a lot of times we'll have somebody like you who's doing a gaming and arts event, and you're like, where do I put it? Because it's gaming, but it's arts. You can put them in both. We're fine with cross-posting as long as it's not spamming. If something is gaming and arts, go ahead and put it in gaming and arts. And then we also have a special arts and gaming category if you wanted to post something more specific. And that one does have visual arts, music arts, design arts, literary arts, glamour arts, performing arts. And I'm going to be adding culinary arts, and because that is something neat. And I know, I don't know if Pat's watching the stream. I'm being attacked. Oh. It's lovely. Red Mage saved me. Alright, now that I've got Bristle, time to go... Oh, that might be a little too high level. I guess it's time to try and get Mind Blast. Should probably do a quest, though. But yeah, we definitely have, self-promo channels. Definitely use them. And for anybody else that wants to read up on it, I think... I do have to update that, but we'll have posts usually in the About section that explains a little bit about the organization. The rules channel will point you to the main categories, but the self-promo, I mean, always check the pins. If you're, we try to answer a lot of stuff in the pins if you're an avid pin checker. Yeah, I'm going through... you need Bristle too. I'm going through a list guide so I can, find everything. Ooh, I guess I won't skip the cutscene for once. I am a horrible cutscene skipper. I like to skip so I can get the stuff done and then like have YouTube up on the side and watch the cutscenes on YouTube later. Let's see here. Yep, if you wanna join me after this cutscene, I'm gonna go through this quest real quick. But if you want to join me for getting Mind Blast, that would be lovely. Cause oh boy, I sure do love Tamtara. Yeah, that's what I'll usually take my time on one character, but I have my bard, which I'm still working on Gilgamesh. And then I have my character here on Diabolos, which is paladin and bard, and I think yeah, paladin and bard are at 70. And then I have my bard on my bard and astrologian on Balmung, and then a whole bunch of various leveled alts on random servers. And it's so, you know, it gets to a point where you're just like, I've had enough of cutscenes for now. Oh, that's right, I have a party finder up. Oh boy. Couple of hooligans. So, for those that don't know, this is Corey, and Corey is actually one of the staff of A Stage Reborn. Not going to join me in voice, of course. What if I just bomb tossed? Aha.
I mean, all you had to do was ask me nicely.
There. I forgot I had to rebalance audio. I haven't rebalanced audio in forever, so I think I have all of the staff at 200% for some reason. Dang, you just blew fire on these. What move is that?
Meaning I just made everyone go deaf. I just used flamethrower. Unless you're talking about this one, then it's a flying sardine, which is arguably the best move in the game.
Oh yeah, I've seen the art. I've seen the art.
Why do I have music turned off? There we go.
Is that just your pole move? Just spit fish at everything?
It's instant cast.
That's well, that's awesome.
Oh, you motherfucker! You hanging out back here? I see you. Can I silence him? Yes, sweet. I'm learning stuff.
So far, what is the most difficult move you feel Blue Mage has? Or at least to learn?
To get, or...
Yeah.
In terms of RNG, definitely the ones you get from the extreme primals, because the drop rate is just so bad.
Ooh.
Hmm. Oh yeah, there's also another one that you can get from a B rank in Northern Thanalan, and I still haven't gotten that one yet, even though I've done it a million times.
Huh.
I don't know if it's because a lot of people were doing it at once, because this was back when Blue Mage first came out. But... yeah, I'll have to try that again sometime. But yeah, as far as the extreme primal moves go, I have 2 of them. Excuse me as I added a macro because it didn't work. Okay, there we go.
Yep.
Now, unfortunately, the 2 I have share a cooldown, so I can't use the other one at the moment.
Now remember, don't kill it till it uses Mind Blast, and let's hope I learn it.
Guess, because that's also a thing.
Yep, I remember learning Blue Mage in 14.
Don't worry, I'll just keep throwing. I'll just keep chucking fish at it until it uses it. Oh, cool! Missile works on it. should probably not use fish because it silences it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh yeah, that's quite a bit. Hi, Wooly.
Oh, Wooly.
I know. Unleash the fish.
Ah, there it is. Mind Blast.
Here we go. Okay.
I really want them to at least allow Blue Mage to duel.
Right?
People need to be able to make an animation of themselves spitting fish at people.
Well, I mean, Drac already did that in his Blue Mage video. In which, he got a party together and he went up against the Extreme Primals and all they did was just chuck fish at it.
Awesome. Got it!
Woohoo!
Oh, thank goodness I don't have to do this again on Blue Mage.
Although, Wooly, I don't know about that. You accusing me of liking hitting people with fish, that seems kind of fishy to me. I'll see myself out now. I came back. What did I miss?
Well, thank you for your help on that.
Yeah, no problem.
Blue Mage is. I was gonna say from all the time that I took off because of the bar and not actually being able to play the game seriously, Blue Mage is a huge relief because I can just gotta kill a bee.
Oh my gosh, Blue Mage is so much fun. I love Blue Mage.
Yep. And I'm sitting here, I'm just like, my UI is probably messed up, I'm behind on quests and everything, and I'm like, well, there's Blue Mage. Good for that.
I don't remember the next dungeon you can do that's around your level.
Copper Bell. Oof.
Which one you get? Oh, Plane Cracker. You can actually get that from a mob in Northern Shroud, I think.
No, Sticky Tongue is the next one I'm unlocking, and then I think I got a few totems I gotta grab.
Yes, absolutely. Go get Sticky Tongue next. That move's OP. Having a brain fart. What level are you again?
On Blue Mage?
Yeah.
16.
16, okay. I mean, unless you want to take your time leveling, I can probably get you to level 50 in within like 2 hours or so, but that's up to you.
Well, I do have a board meeting in about 50 minutes, so...
Okay, no problem.
Definitely going to be working on getting Blue Mage to 50 this week if I can.
Oh, does it, Super Seffi?
Hmm?
There's a goal in one of the Lenosian zones that has Plane Cracker. The first one that came to mind was in the Northern Shroud. But yeah, you don't have to get that move from Copperbill Mines.
Okay.
Oh, it's an Outer Lenosha.
Oh, yeah, yep. Oh, that's one of my favorite places, so I'll probably do it there.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember now. I remember. Oh, yep, 1,000 needles. I know exactly where to get that. And I'm not sure if we can do it in this session too, because I don't think he's high enough level to do this dungeon, but we also need to get him the free teleport button.
Self-destruct?
Yes.
I already got it. I've been unlocking them the level they can be unlocked. At least by this, there's a list that I'm using on PC Games N.
Sweet.
All right, to Horizon. Time to go get that really annoying OP Toad move. I'm presuming that's the move I'm thinking that I absolutely hate. At least when it's used on me.
Toad oil?
No, the tongue move.
Oh, right. Yeah. Hi, Pat.
Yellow.
Hey, Pat.
How's it going?
Good. I am getting through Blue Mage.
Oh, maybe I should hop on my Diabolus character if it's appropriate.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is, but whatever.
I mean, it might be a little.
What is it? I think it's the Mystic Stash 40.
Well, I mean, let's just say it's gonna get very red in here if you do. Steve, you got Bristle and East Shroud, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Just a heads up, Steve. You remember the board meetings in like 45 minutes?
Yes, I do. I was just telling Corey that. I was just telling Corey that. I was just like, as much as I would love to grind Blue Mage all this Sunday, I do have a board meeting. So, for those who are tuning in to the stream and saying, why is Wanderer going to a board meeting? As you know, A Stage Reborn is a non-profit. We actually have a monthly board meeting. Board meetings are full of board of directors, and what they do is they basically steer the organization towards its charitable mission. So that way, you know, we're doing things for a purpose, not just doing things. And that way there's oversight, policy, programs and stuff, and they make sure that we do things right. And it also allows us, to get a really, diverse point of view for running the organization. We do have, there's people on the board that don't even play 14. They see what we've done. They know what we do. We have people that come from IT backgrounds, from legal backgrounds, from arts backgrounds. So it's a neat thing. And so that's every month we do that. And I know the A Stage Reborn live episode starting in the one in March is going to be random, but the one starting in April, episode 2 and forward. Those are going to happen right after the board meeting. So if anything exciting and spicy happens there, you'll be the first to hear it if you're tuning in on those Sundays.
Okay, yes, I can let you release that information. That's right.
What was that?
I'm already in the room that can tell you, hey, yes, we can tell people about this, or no, we want to blend this further.
Although I did probably an hour and a half ago during the stream, did give people a peek-sees at the robot.
Oh, yeah, that. Well, everyone knew that Apsherlev, this is Savage.
Yes.
Well, you know, Square added a new difficulty level since we started this series.
Well, I did hint to them that there's a possibility Savage would make a comeback for a special event in the future, but... Ultimate. I may incorporate... You know, actually, I could probably incorporate that into the next community/special event. I'm gonna kill some bloated bogeys in the meantime, though, because my level's too low. That toad... 16, and that toad was about to rip me apart.
Do you have your Alamegan or Aetheryte earrings with you?
Yes, I'm wearing them.
Okay. Sorry, I'm sitting in the car nursing a migraine at the moment.
Oh, fine.
Oof. Sorry.
You want me to put on Yon Cat for 10 hours?
No thanks.
I find it soothing.
I'm going to sit here and eat my matcha Pocky.
Woohoo! Got bristle.
Nice.
While not having to deal with the dumbest dog on the face of the planet that has separation anxiety even when you're 3 feet from him.
That's... That dog.
He thinks he's the size of a chihuahua. He's the weight of a Great Dane. Well, okay, maybe not. Maybe a Great Dane puppy, but still, the dog's 40 pounds and thinks he's a lap dog.
Jesus Christ, how many moves can you get from Dragon's Neck? Holy crap.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Oh boy, the one I'm not looking forward to is Stone Visual Hard.
Well, maybe after the meeting I can drag people through that.
I would appreciate it. It comes from the turtle boss. I hate that boss so much.
If we're lucky, I might even be able to throw on my Aetheryte earrings and go as a paladin, too.
Oh, there you go.
Or, then again, maybe I should just jump my ASR appropriate character.
Just buy a name change.
No, I'm not going. No,
it's too funny.
Yeah, it's too funny.
I have taken a joke and dialed it to 11.
It's too late to go back now.
Say, remember, we're on YouTube though, so we don't have our mature content because here, for those tuning in, our Twitch is labeled as mature content because it's a little later with the gaming with streams, and stuff's a little more loose. So it's a little more casual, a little more adult on the Twitch channel. Luckily, we have a little mature content filter that we switch on for Twitch. But with YouTube, we don't because otherwise that would block all of our videos and.
You know about an upcoming project. There's a reason why we're doing it to Twitch.
Yes.
And then a 2 or 3 day lead time so someone can go through and censor lots of 4-letter words that are bound to crop up in that.
Yeah. Because, well, that's the thing. Because also, our YouTube channel is meant for, getting more of the awareness, and Twitch is more for getting to know the staff. So of course, because we play some games like Cards Against Humanities and things, you can't do that on YouTube unless we turn our channel mature content. But the live plays that we do are not mature content generally, and so the distinction there, reminding Pat that he's on voice chat on the family-friendly stream.
I've gotten better at looking at the time it's been and going, oh, I can't say those words, but in 2 hours when we do the nighttime stream, have at it.
Hashtag thanks, Urianje.
Oh, God. Oh no!
No, Nobody's gonna get it unless they watch the Twitch stream.
Oh God.
Seriously, folks, those who are viewing, tuning in right now, go to stagereborn.com. Go check out. We do a bunch of stuff. We have the workshop coming up March 16th on our Discord. Invite code is Stage Reborn, and in game on Diabolos March 16th at 3 p.m. Pacific. We've got our Discord, which I already gave you the invite code. It's our big community hub. We're all over social media: Twitter, Tumblr, Twitch, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. It's just look for us. Instagram, we're there too. We post everything that we do. We got Digital Choir. We've got Midsummer Night Dream coming up. So go check us out. All the links out to everything you could possibly want to find on us is on astagereborn.com. We've got our volunteer opportunities, staff opportunities, any auditions that we run, we'll post those on astagereborn.com. Sift through the menu on the website, check things out. Read a little bit about us. We've got a little intro on the page. We've got under the About Us drop down, there's some stuff about what we believe in our company. If you don't believe me when I say that we are a transformative arts nonprofit that uses video games to make theater happen, and you're like, that, no, you can't be, you're lying, you're a lying liar that lies, go to our website. You can even look up, we're very transparent about what we do, so all of our public records are on there. You can see our 1020 easy, you can see our 990 filing forms. We're sincere and transparent about what we do, because we are in it for the community and for the arts, and so we're gonna keep doing what we do, and we hope you participate with us.
I'm going to piggyback on that a little bit. If you are a group in a game, doesn't have to be Final Fantasy 14, can be anything, but if you're interested in doing the kind of stuff that we do, hop into our Discord. All of the staff here have purple. Is it purple?
It's purple. They can see it on the live stream chat.
Yeah. So basically, if you're interested in doing this sort of thing, and you want to work with us, see how we do this sort of thing, and want to work with us directly, let us know. We're happy to come out and show you what we do and how we do it too.
And that actually, that you don't even have to be in the organization to do something. We have a team that is eager to collaborate and cooperate with the community. With we know people are out there that have established their own thing, and they're like, hey, I'd like to have a Stage Reborn involved in what I'm doing somehow. Maybe you can help me, or maybe I can help you, or maybe we can just do something together. Reach out to us. You can hop on our Discord. You can send us an email, staff@astagereborn.com. You can just get in touch with us and talk about what your thoughts and ideas are, what you want to do. We love it when we see, we love to see community members making the arts more accessible through creative activities and the content that they create. And you'd be amazed at the things that you might think are so small that actually contribute hugely to pushing accessibility of the arts, giving new mediums for creative expression. I mean, things is like, we have a lot of Final Fantasy 14 podcasts that we absolutely love, that we have as VIPs, and, a lot of people might be like, well, it's just a Final Fantasy 14 podcast. Why do you think it's so special? And the thing is, look at the state of the news these days. I'm not going to get super political, but I'm just going to say, look at the state of the news. And, people are interested in journalism, in gaming journalism, in the art that goes into creating fan magazines, in creating, Twitch layouts and things like that. They're, and running a podcast, especially a long-term successful podcast. A lot of work goes into that. I have friends that do that, that's their livelihood, and they put so much effort into it, and it's not just turning on OBS and throwing a stream out there. They put their heart into the planning of it. And so, even things like that, we want to hear about it. We want to know about it. Role players, if you're a role player on the Balmung server or any server, and you're running RP events that do performance or are just neat activities. A lot of RP is creative writing, is you know, campaigning the same way you campaign doing Dungeons and Dragons. You do rule writing, you create move sets, you research the lore the same way people do character research for a stage performance. You know, there's a lot of amazing things that go into that kind of work. We want to hear it all, and that's why we have all these self-promo channels. We want you to be able to promote yourself. We want to know what you're doing, and we want to get involved, and we want you to get involved with us. It's exciting. I get so excited when I'm talking about the arts. Somebody better calm me down. Get me some chamomile tea.
Thanks for the spoilers in that spiel.
Like, what? Well, what spoilers?
We haven't announced a certain project that you just hinted at. Formally.
Hint, hint.
Well, I mean, I didn't formally, you know.
We're starting next week. We might as well say it.
All right, go ahead, take the reins.
So, a couple staff and community members are coming together. We are starting a homebrewed Dungeons and Dragons campaign next week. Yesterday we went and rolled the characters, and I tried recording, and OBS failed.
Oh no!
And it missed the most beautiful, beautiful shenanigans.
Oh,
Oh man!
let's just reenact this real quick.
Okay, we'll reenact it real quick. Pat, tell me the environment.
So, you've just entered a cave, and before you sense a presence. But it's dark in this cave. Only one of your party members has dark vision for 60 feet. They can't perceive anything in front of them. It's obvious at this point you'll need a light. Is there anything in the path that you might be able to light using prestidigitation, which can light small fires, to light your path?
Let's see, candles, no. Ooh, I've got a map.
You have candles in your pack.
I light the map on fire.
Why?
Now you gotta do part 2. You gotta tell me how long is this map gonna burn?
Well, the map is going to burn. Let's assume it's made out of semi-thick parchment here. So we're going to roll a d20 to see how many seconds this map burns for. All right, this map is burning for 16 seconds.
So then
That's
I go. Turn number 2 arrives, and I go, well, Pat, I'm not going to let this map burn my hand because he threatened me. He was like, this map's going to burn out on turn 2 and burn your hands, and you're going to have to roll for damage. And so I tell Pat, I roll up the map, and I try to use it as an arrow.
You know what? Fine. We'll do that, but we're going to do a dexterity check on that one.
No, you had me roll for survival.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because I was going to light myself on fire if I messed up.
So, he rolls a nat 20. Critical success.
And I ended up doing, what, 6 damage with my flaming map that I shot with a bow at the ghast?
At the ghast. But I said you also set your bow on fire in the process, so that's okay. You need a new bow string.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yep. So instead of using the candles, or even saying, "Hey, Mr. Minotaur, who has dark vision 60, why don't you go ahead of the party?" You light your map on fire.
Yep. I just proceed to walk into the darkness with it. What else? And some pretext. The map, it was an item. Yeah, Pat had to roll for map quality, and he rolled a very low number for map quality. So I got a low quality map. So what he does is he pulls up MS Paint, and he makes this god awful map for me.
That has the wrong shapes of the countries in the world I made.
Oh my god.
Mind you, we have a former, wanderer in the party who has seen the entire world and has it in his head.
So the rest of this campaign, we're going to be arguing about whose map's the right map. And I have a very high dexterity, so I'm going to be working on tricking. I have high dexterity and high charisma, so I'm going to spend my entire time in this campaign trying to trick him to think that the map in his head is wrong, and my map's the right map. The one that I burned.
So I've also given everybody in the campaign a magical item that may or may not be cursed. Some people, I've let them know what the curse of their items is. Others, I have not.
Oh no. Mine's cursed, isn't it?
Well...
We'll get there.
So the best curse is Corey's curse.
Oh boy. Oh yeah.
How did I know? Because I wasn't there.
So, well, you kind of picked your own curse. So, she is a former entertainer who, in her travels, has come to learn the ways of the Old One, and is now a warlock in the servitude of Cthulhu.
Yes.
And because when you worship Cthulhu, everything has to be extra AF, she asked for a set of magical bagpipes that spew flames anytime she plays it as a spectacle. She's not particularly good at playing these bagpipes, but they just look cool.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
In return, there is a curse that she has a 20% chance of any magic becoming wild. And I have a wild magic table, which includes everything from you turn yourself into a sheep, to you tear open a portal to another dimension that sucks all of your enemies within 60 feet into.
Oh my god. Oh, it's gonna be great.
Yep. I'm currently designing puzzles right now. And because he's not here, he might be listening, but whatever. Kind of a moat in the middle of the room. And how do you get around the moat? It's too deep, it's too wide to swim, slightly too wide to swim across. And it's very deep. My plan on this is to have a certain character throw every other character across the moat.
Okay.
They happen to be strong enough to do that, and you know exactly who I'm talking about now.
Oh, yep. Yeah, I know.
That's wild magic is life.
Other magical items I've given is a silent horn of warning. I've given a ring of feather falling.
So when everybody gets mad at me because I keep messing with the party, they can just push me off a cliff and I'll be fine.
Yep. Or
except
throw you across a moat and you'll float down. Fall damage. I've given someone a deck of illusions, which draw a card from a deck and an illusion of a monster appears. And what did I give? I forgot what I gave Allie. Huh.
Was it the? I thought it was the something of warning, or
No, the silent horn of warning to Dex.
or something that did a similar thing.
Oh, sorry. There's a silent horn of warning and a bow of warning. The bow of warning alerts someone to danger. The silent horn of warning allows you to alert somebody up to 600 feet away within hearing range. That only one creature can hear it. That's right. And I've also created a rogue that is going to sidetrack the party and to try and formulate plans and then just say, screw it, send the big guy after him.
Boy.
Which is sad because I haven't heard from Suki in a few days, and that's her rogue. Whose specialty is blackmail. Basically, this character is the opposite of Suki in every possible way.
Sounds like it, to be honest.
Oh, and you weren't at the planning meeting, so your first dungeon is going to include a lot of drunken goblins.
Whose? Mine? What?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
The session 1's going to be a lot of drunken goblins.
That sounds like a blast.
Yeah, especially when somebody has a drinking problem and their only motivation for going forward with it is, they're taking my beer!
Beer is very important, children. Take note.
No, not children. Not
children. Yeah, I take that back. I forget this isn't Twitch. Remember, children, beer is not good for you. There we go.
So, yeah, I do want to archive those to YouTube, but it might take a few days so I can go through and censor the dirty words.
Oh, yeah, you'll have to edit those, but I'll have to come up with a category for them, too, because I know we have everything on our YouTube categorized, and for those tuning in, we are about to end the stream shortly here. So please take the time to peruse through our YouTube. Check out the Aperture Lab Extreme trailer. There's going to be another for Savage. It's going to be neat. And that's going to come out this spring, along with information about getting into Aperture Lab Savage, the prizes involved. Remember, if you have an idea that you want to see done in Savage, I know earlier I mentioned the idea of doing a full maze versus a module maze, where basically, you can either go from point A to point B, start to finish, or if we do a module version, you do room 1. Room 1 unlocks room 2. Room 2 unlocks room 3, rather than traveling straight through an entire maze. Let us know on the Discord. I will be looking for those, for your inspiration. I want to involve creative community in this too. Let us know what you want for prizes. Let us know what most interests you. I see there's people out there in 14 who are dying for the fat cat mount, and so maybe we'll take a look at that. Maybe some time card codes. So tell us what you're interested in. Remember, coming up on March 16th at 3 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to do an acting workshop. You're going to pick Shakespeare monologues. We're going to break them down. We're going to teach you beat analysis, script analysis. We're going to help you break down the language. We're going to help you set it up as if you are going to use it for an audition. And for those that join us on Final Fantasy XIV during that workshop, we're going to have Final Fantasy XIV players put together Shakespeare macros for their auditions and run mock auditions with a director. We've got a Midsummer Night Dream coming up. We are looking for staff to help us out with that. We are still looking for a lead writer. Writers can get a lot of experience in our organization, from playwriting to creative writing to PR writing to grant writing. We have a lot of opportunities to give you real-world experience in a nonprofit setting for writing. So if you're interested, definitely apply at asr.2/join. A Midsummer Night Dream, once we get the script finalized, we will be running auditions. You can always submit an audition, and again, you can go to astagereborn.com, check out our programs page, look at the audition info. You can submit a YouTube video of your character doing a monologue. All the information of what we need is described on there, and we're hoping to get to that this spring. We've got A Stage Reborn Sings, which is our digital choir run by Pat here, P2 Hang. The auditions are open on a rolling basis. It's a new project, so it's going to take a bit to get up to steam. But basically, if you've ever wanted to sing in a real-life choir, this is the digital equivalent. We're here to help you learn the music. We're here to help coach you as much as we can vocally. We're here to open doors for you with singing opportunity. We want to be a step for you and an opportunity for you to get involved. And all you have to do is sing, record, and work with us. And what we do is we compile it together into essentially a virtual concert video that will go out. So a lot of neat stuff with that. Join our Discord, discord.gg/astagereborn. We've got the invite code is all one word, A Stage Reborn. You can use that to easily join if you're already on Discord. But we've got a lot of stuff posted on there. It's our massive social hub with over 400 people. things get posted onto the news channel. We've got VIPs on there who post in promotions, stream notifications. We've got a ton of self-promotion channels for you to tell us what you are doing in the creative and community industry. You know, tell us what you're doing, show us what you're doing. It doesn't matter if it's on a video game or in real life theater. We want to see it. We want to hear about it. A Stage Reborn Live will start its episodes this month with our very first episode occurring TBD. Finalizing some things on that now with the featured VIP community commendation and our topic for discussion. I'm still hashing things out, but Pat, I told you about the person that we're looking at speaking. It's very, very exciting, very creative, very innovative. So look out for that announcement for episode 1. It's going to be amazing. It's going to blow your mind. And then after that, every month, first Sunday of the month after our board meeting, so around 6 p.m. Pacific, we're going to be doing the Stage Reborn Live episodes. That'll be great fun for you to learn about things in the arts and nonprofit and gaming industries with guests coming on to talk about various topics. Let's see, Patreon perks. If you want to get into that live stream chat on the TV screen, whatever you're watching on, you see that little live stream box. If you want to get in that box, go to patreon.com/thestagereborn. Take a look at our perks. We've got a lot of things that we, you know, offer to people who support us. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. Your donations through Patreon are tax deductions. They are charitable donations. And what you get in return is you get access to special rooms, like the live stream room, where you can have your chat posted right on our screen. You can have, there's access to all sorts of things. There's a goodies room. Sometimes we'll have goodies to give away. I know Pat's got a bag of probably 200 plus pins still from FanFest. We're going to be giving pins out. We've got other things that we're getting our hands on, like stickers and whatnot. You'll probably see us at some conventions in the next year or two. We'll be giving them out there too. But if you want the ability to get extra goodie giveaways, sign up on Patreon. There's also a Leaks channel, where if you are on that tier of Patreon, the Leaks channel lets you see posts of stuff not yet released. Every now and then, we're so excited about our ideas, we'll throw them in the Leaks channel because we want to get it out there. The people who are in Leaks, they get to see all that stuff first, exclusive to them. We've got a how-to channel, which is one of our top Patreon tiers. The how-to channel, if you've seen us do something, like you want to know, how did we build this stage in a video game? How do we put together these Shakespeare audition workshops? You know, how do we run the virtual choir? How do we do event planning? How did we get a table at a convention? If you want to know anything related to the nonprofit areas that we serve, that we can teach you, that how-to channel is a personal consultation channel for absolutely anybody at that Patreon tier to use. If you want to know how to do something, we will answer you in there whenever we can, as soon as we're available, any of the staff. Finally, we have a special talent channel where you just !talent on in our Discord. That'll put you in the talent channel so you can get announcements of opportunities. And then there's also opportunities for VIPs. If you go to asr.to/VIP, we're looking for people who might represent a game company, might be a partnered streamer, somebody who has, you know, who is doing great things with creativity and community, that's interested in our nonprofit mission. We're looking for you. We want to know who's out there, who supports us, and how we can work together. So check that out. The eligibility requirements are posted on that as well. What else? That's all of this is tied into our Discord too, which, remember, you can self-promote in those channels: gaming, arts, any of the Dash Arts channels in there. Show us what you're doing. We're adding a culinary channel on there, so even show us the food art you create. If you make cool little plates, cappuccinos with the little foam, like anything arts related, in real life, virtual, anyway, if it's creative, we want to see it. And we hope you're going to join us and post it. Well, I think that's all. And we've got that meeting coming up with some other things. But if you have any, questions, comments, ideas, feedback, suggestions, hop on our Discord, email staff@astagereborn.com, get in touch with us, keep an eye out for announcements. And other than that, I think that'll be it until next time. So keep an eye out for the next stream notification. We do Friday night gamings and Saturday casual on Twitch, so you can go through our website, check out those, see some of the old stuff that we've posted, and go through our YouTube channel. But Pat, Corey, you got anything to add? I think Pat ran off on us.
Nope, I think you covered everything.
All right, well, I'll probably forget something as soon as I stop the stream, and I'll be like, darn it, I should have said that thing that I forgot. But you know what? If you're on Discord, yeah, I was gonna say if anybody viewing hops on our Discord, if I forgot something here, it's gonna get posted to Discord. So seriously, join our Discord. Oh yeah, follow us on social media, Twitter at A Stage Reborn, and Instagram too, Facebook too. So hope to see you next time. Hope to see you at our workshop, and hope to see you on our Discord. Thank you for joining us for Wanderer's Desk on A Stage Reborn Live. And until next time, thank you so much for joining. Oh yeah, one more thing I almost forgot. If you want to join our free company, we have a we've got a fan-free company. We've got several fan-free companies. We've got a fan-free company on Diabolos on Final Fantasy XIV. We've also got a fan-free company on Gilgamesh. You just look for A Stage Reborn and join. That's all it takes. There's no requirements. There's no restrictions. You can put a level 1 alt in there just for visitation purposes. But it's open and free to you to use, and we're here to support you. Thank you for being a great community, and we'll see you next time. Later.